Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This is Andrew Wang. I'm going over the problem of the week for this week, which is Bijele. As per usual, I'll read the problem, I'll go over the code, and then that's about it. Okay, Marco has found an old chessboard and set of pieces in his attic. Unfortunately, this set contains only white pieces and apparently an incorrect number of them. A set of pieces should contain one queen, one king, one queen, two rooks, two bishops, two knights, eight pawns. Marco would like to know how many pieces of each type he should add or remove to make a valid set. The input consists of 6 integers on a single line, each between 0 and 10 inclusive. The numbers are in order the numbers of kings, queens, rooks, bishops, knights, and pawns in the set Marco found. Output should consist of 6 integers on a single line. The number of pieces of each type Marco should add or remove. If a number is positive, Marco needs to add that many pieces. If a number is negative, Marco needs to remove pieces. Okay, so the first thing I picked up on is this is essentially just asking for a difference. So they give you a base list, which is right here, and then they give you some input, and they want to know the difference. So that essentially simplifies the problem down to just you have two lists, and then you take the difference between them and you put it out. So I'll go over my code now. All right, so this is the list of correct values, and you want to make sure that it's in the order specified here. Kings, queens, rooks, bishops, knights, and pawns. So that's 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 8. Then you want to split the input. So again, you take this in and you split it. Here, I created another list to store the difference because that's what it wants in the output. So I created a list here. I have a for loop to go through the length of n. So it'll go through each value in n. First, it'll typecast because default is string. So it'll typecast that to an integer. And then it's going to append how many, what the difference is based on that index value in the correct list and then the current index value in the input list. And then this also accounts for negatives because if the input list is greater than the correct list, it'll just give you a negative, and that's how many you have to take away. I have some debugging points here just so I could see what it was, and that kind of gives you like a visual representation. And then here I had to typecast this to string so that I could use the join statement because it specifies here you want them to be separated by spaces, and then the join function only takes integer inputs, or only takes string inputs, that's my bad. So I had to switch it from integer to string. And I mean, technically you could have it up here as like a typecast. I had it down here. It would probably save you some runtime if you just typecasted it here instead, because that means you wouldn't have to go through another for loop. But this problem isn't, I wouldn't say it's difficult enough where you have to consider if your program is taking too long, because it's a constant, you're only getting like 6 values in, and you're only putting 6 values out. So there's no change to that. All right, let's run the code. Okay, so as you can see here, these are my debug points, and then you can kind of see, you can just treat it as like standard elementary school subtraction. 1 minus 0 equals 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, 2 minus 2, all the way down. That gives you your output, typecast a string, you get that, and then you join it, you get that. And we'll also run it for this code. And basically the same result. But before you submit, you want to make sure that you take off your debug points because it's only looking for the output specified. It doesn't want any of your debug points. So you can go ahead and submit that. And we'll I'll just paste the code in and run it. Okay, so as you can see, this code is functional. Yeah, just make sure you turn off the debug points before you submit. And that's all I have. See ya.